Well, we are back for another round of the LBL, the Lorton Lad Biblical League. We return in round 3 at Australia. Just got qualifying over and done with. We're going to go straight into the action, down to the race. Here we are. Danny getting on pole position, setting at 20.9. Let's see how it starts off right now. Danny and Hakkinen both get a decent start as the pack are starting to bundle up together. Into turn 1 we go. It's already an early lead for our pole sitter. Let's have a little further look down. There's already some contact and Hakkinen has already been taken out. I'm not quite sure what has happened there. We'll have to look back into it as there is already a virtual safety car and a full course safety car has already been brought out. Well, welcome to the Lorton Lad Biblical League. Yeah, this is what normally happens, and it has already got off to a great start. Yeah, it's already got off to a biblical start. Well, I have no clue. Yeah. Well, we lasted 2 corners before we got a safety car. The most biblical thing ever. I have no clue what happened. I did not see anything. I doubt we'll be seeing any people jump into the pits. It's too early. Well, initially it was looking like it was going to be a good race start, but then there was just a little bit of contact between a couple of drivers. I don't know what happened. Hakkinen got, I think he might have been side by side with somebody. I didn't quite look. We'll have to look back at that later on. But already on lap 2, safety car is out. What a surprise. Danny is our race leader. Ghost managing to go up from 4th to 2nd. Noel King in 3rd. Grimes also picking up a position. Demon King in 5th. King Joel in 6th. Scott in 7th. Having a +5 from the start already. Delirious losing out on a spot. Nico already up by 8, and Jason Davies. So they both benefited very well from this. Jake Pig up as well. Ben P lost a few positions. Obolf into 13th, JD down into 14th. There's been a bit of a mix and match here. Ace Drakes as well, he qualified 3rd, he's now in 18th. You know, Hakkinen, the man who put it on the front row, he's no longer going to be in this race. He wasn't going to be able to catch. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm the most scuffed commentator ever. I'm the most biblical commentator ever. I'm trying to say Hakkinen is not going to score any points today after an impressive qualifying. Starting to debate whether we even have safety cars on. You know, Bahrain there was 5, Jeddah there was 2 or 3. I cannot remember. This just kind of takes away the advantage for those who are on the mediums, you know. Because obviously those on the softs, they're not going to be using their tyres as much, so they're going to have more of a stint on those tyres. So when they come in for their scheduled pit stop, they wouldn't have actually lost as much time compared to the people who were doing the alternate strategy. It should be the last lap with the safety car out, and hopefully we can get out some clean racing. Yeah, once again, it seems like history's repeating itself with obviously Danny leading the pack. Ghost had 2 DNFs so far. He's quite a fast driver, so he'll be trying to capitalise on that P2 he's currently in now, maybe even try and push for that race win. Noel King up into 3rd and Grimes in 4th. But a mixed bag of performances so far from King, you know. There's penalties galore coming along now during the safety car. You know, he had, I think he just squeezed a point in at Bahrain, you know, and he finished 5th at Jeddah. Maybe it was just a poor start to the season, trying to find his bearings. Perhaps now going to be able to push on a bit further, maybe even take Williams back to where it used to belong. King Joel as well, the Williams are looking like they're on for some solid points this race, but obviously it is early doors yet, so we will see what happens after the safety car resumes. Everybody getting 5-second penalties under the safety car. The safety car is in this lap. We're going to stay on board with Noel King here so we can see a little bit of the action in front. Ghost and Danny moving in unison there to warm up their tyres. The Alpine now just going to bunch everybody up for the restart. If Ghost wants to stay with Danny, he's going to have to be quick with the reactions. Here we go for the restart. And it's underway. Danny getting a decent start. Ghost maintaining with him. Already there are yellow flags all over the place. Noel King was caught lacking on the safety car restart. As I'm caught lacking, I keep catching my tongue. I don't even know how to commentate anymore today. Ooh, a little bit tight there. Bit of a late break there from Ghost. We got Baines John in the McLaren in the pits right now currently. Let's get on board with a couple of... Oh god, there's a bit of action now. There is carnage everywhere as I come back to the mid-pack. Just as we were talking about Demon King having a decent start, being in a good position in for some points. He's DNF'd. I just caught the end of that. I'm not quite sure what happened. It seemed like there was a 3-car incident. Nico getting a 5-second penalty with a collision. So yes, I do think Nico was involved. Has he had any damage subsequently after that collision? I think there was a little bit of front wing damage there. I wasn't able to have a look properly. No, actually, he's got away quite unscathed, but that was very different. I'm not quite sure what happened there. That's unlike Nico to get into a tussle with somebody. Perhaps it wasn't his fault. We'll have to look into that later on. I do feel like there are going to be a fair chunk of steward submissions today. As we're only in lap 4, yellow flags all over the shop. Danny's setting the fastest lap, quite obviously it's the first racing lap we've actually had. Already pulling up a 1.3 second lead from Ghost. Grimes in 3rd, dispatched of Noel King early doors. Nico up into 5th. Nico and Jason both have gained 12 positions since the start of this race. Obolf, who unfortunately was disqualified for something that may have not been his fault, now finds himself in the points. The unsuspected... Oh god, and there's Nico going very slow. Why? Nico's in the wall. What's happened? Has he retired? Has Nico retired? What's happened? I'm really unsure what's happened here with Nico. Oh. That makes no sense what's just happened. He just started driving and the front tyres just exploded. Well, the man who I was just saying has gained 12 positions since the start has unfortunately just crashed out. Well, there's a second safety car already on lap 6, so we could be in for another Bahrain. There's a drive-through penalty for Delirious for speeding under the pits. We have people now making pit stops. This is where the pit stop strategies could change, could mix up the pack. Jason Davies, who's qualified in 18th, now controlling the pack in first. Andy Gatehouse as well, one of the big profiters from these early incidents. He's up into 5th. Logsy as well in 2nd. JD finds himself in 3rd. There's been a real mixed bag of results today so far. We have Nico who's just tested positive from COVID, so maybe it was a precautionary retirement instead of an actual forceful one. Should have listened to the FIA. I hope he's vaccinated, otherwise he will not be able to compete in the LBL from 2022. Yeah, there's been a real big shake up here. Ghost and Danny and Grimes all taking an early pit stop, I do believe. Let's have a look on the race director real quick. Yeah, the only person to have not pitted is Jason. Bidoof going on to the hards, maybe going to go all the way to the end, as is Obolf. Bames John has had 3 pit stops already. Yeah. It's looking like, for the majority of people, it's going to be a 2-stopper. Jason still feels like he's got enough meat on his tiles to take it to later on, where he goes for his actual scheduled pit stop. I'm just amazed already at the amount of, well, not necessarily the amount of retirements, the unsuspected retirements. You know, people like Nico and Hakkinen, I was still expected to be, you know, sort of top 5, you know, fighting for a podium. It's probably be the last lap that the safety car will be out for until we get into the restart. So let's just go through the order as we speak. We've got the Alfa Romeo of Jason Davies in first currently, having gained 17 positions, although he does have a penalty, so that will come on at the end of the race. Logsy in second, coming up all the way from 13th. JD in third. Ace Drake's in fourth. Andy Gatehouse and Bidoof Rock, the Red Bull pair, in 5th and 6th respectively. Danny, after pitting, is now in 7th. Noel King 8th. Ghost also pitted along with Grimes. They're in 9th and 10th. Scott in 11th. He'll probably be looking to get up the order a little bit later on in the race. Obolf in 12th. You know, gained 8 positions. It's a great start for him, as him and Zero Scott have swapped positions. I'm not quite sure why. Delirious gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. King Joel in 14th. Ben P 15th. Bames John 007 in 16th, and Jake Pig 142 for the reserve. Does come in at the back of the pack as the safety car is coming in this lap. Going to get on with Logsy. We always like to watch the second driver so we can see their start compared to the first. Jason going to warm up the tyres as much as possible. He has got a very fast set of people behind him, all ready to charge. Logsy is ready, he is eager, warming up them tyres as much as possible for the restart. Here we go. Oh, as Logsy was caught napping, and Logsy has spinned it off the start of the restart. He has just lost 5 positions. Oh, and he's got into the back of Bidoof. What has happened? Bidoof Rock has retired from the session. Jason is still in first. JD up into second. Drake's in third. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Please do not bring out the safety car. I want a few laps of actual racing. I have no clue what happened there. Logsy got brake checked by Bidoof Rock. He's lost all of his front wing. He's now holding up half of the pack behind him. You know, he is racing for position right now, so he doesn't necessarily have to yield his spots. But this is crazy. Danny in 13th, 14th. What happened to Danny? Danny, does he have any damage? I'm not quite sure. Oh yes, he had a little bit of contact with somebody. He's lost part of his front wing. The man who was leading the race now finds himself at the back of the pack. And we have still on board with Jason, leading by 2.2 seconds. A very fast Ace Drake, so 3 laps down the road from him. 3 seconds down the road from him, should I say, sorry. I think Drake's is in prime position right now to take this. Still do have 21 laps to go. But we'll see as there is also yellow flags in sector 1. I'm not quite sure why. Hopefully they can be cleared up as quick as possible. I think Danny will be coming into the pit straight away to get that front wing changed as Jake Pig runs wide. The 2 Alpines not having a great day today. What is Danny going to do? Possibly come in, put some hards on. We'll see. Hakkinen has left. Man who lasted all but 2 corners. It's going to be mediums for Danny. Going to try and stretch them out for 20 laps towards the end. Could possibly work out for him. We will have to see. Everybody coming in making pit stops now. All the people with damage, whatnots. Oh, we have a Williams resetting to track. Scott in 9th. Without a front wing, that seems. All of the races are losing their front wings today. This has been a very biblical start to round 3 around Australia. Jason Davies still leading the race. Drake's looking to make a move around the outside of JD, coming into the heavy braking zone now. JD going to try and stay alongside him, but unable to do so as Drake's has now cleared JD. We have an Alfa Romeo of Jason Davies in first, leading the race. Does have a penalty though, unfortunately. Drake's in second, going to go and hunt him down. JD in third, the other silver arrow of Grimes closing up behind JD. This could be a double podium for the Mercedes as Grimes sets a 125.2 as the fastest lap of the race so far. Ghost up into 5th. Bearing in mind this man has pitted. Andy in 6th. Going alongside with Ghost. Oh, he's going to squeeze him out a little bit. They're going to try and go side by side around the corners. And Andy is going to yield that position. Bames all the way up into 7th now. Alfie, Oboth Racing in 8th. He's doing a last to first challenge, folks. Oh, we have another DNF or something. I don't know what just happened there. We've got some positions being changed. Oh, Ghost has put it in the wall. Oh, and he's lost his front wing as well. That is not what he needed. He did not need that. Oh, man. The man who has had such bad luck at the start of the season. It continues for him. Now going to nurse his car back to the pits. Get that front wing on. What a shame. Noel King as well, who was also in 3rd, down in 10th, but there might be a pit stop, I'm not quite sure. Danny into 13th behind Logsy as well. This has been a real mix-up. I think we're going to see some new point scorers today. I still have faith though. I still have faith in the Danny. In the Danny, we believe. So many people have gained positions, you know, Jason obviously in 1st, but you know, Grimes and Drake's both looking to chase him down. JD in 4th, it's nice to see the man finally up in there fighting for podiums as well. It's actually nice, it's a bit of a change, you know, from getting taken out turn 1, lap 1. Alfie as well in 7th there, doing really well for himself. The reserve driver, the ringer, Bames, you know, up in 6th, good start so far. We have yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Noel King setting the fastest lap of the race as Jake Pig retires. We have 15 runners left. There's yellow flags in sector 1, 2 and 3. Could we be seeing another safety car on only lap 10 of this race? Here's hoping not. I think we've just about avoided it. Just all the people you'd expect to be at the front are at the back. As King Joel has retired now, as we just saw there on board. And there's a 3rd safety car. There is a 3rd safety car. What could this mean? as obviously all the front runners have launched themselves into the pits. Jason going to serve his 5-second time penalty. Very clever indeed. Going to take a set of softs, hards all the way to the end. Having no penalty against him now. He is racing. Grimes and Bames both coming out. Bames taking the lead. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. There must have just been a glitch in the hood there. Grimes in first now, Ben in second, JD third, Jason in fourth, now legitimately racing for position. What's Danny decided to do? He's not pitting, he's taking these tyres to the end. What a race this has been so far. We're not even halfway through it yet. Six retirements so far. King Joel, Jake Pig, Bidu, Croc, Nico, very surprising from the man there. Young Demon King and Hakkinen. Hakkinen will be, I think, especially disappointed, you know, after qualifying in P2. Put his car on the front row. Didn't make it anything more than 2 corners. Very unfortunate for him there. We'll have to have a look post-race to see what happened. Scott's been very quiet this race, I've noticed. There's not been a lot of action from himself, whether he's just been caught up in other people's incidents or he's had some incidents himself. I'm not quite sure, but you know, him, Danny and Ghost all the way down there, especially Logsy as well. And this is very, very rare seeing these guys down this far in the pecking order. We should be seeing them. Probably, you know, that's a assortment right there of people who you would expect to be racing for the win. But you know how safety cars work, they bunch everybody up and it's fair game again. This is perfect for Delirious as well. Going to be able to get all the way back up to the whole pad, which obviously being bunched up right now as we speak. The thing is with safety cars is, you know, they're a curse and a blessing. It just depends who you are. You know, if you're Lewis Hamilton and 3 laps to go around Abu Dhabi, it's obviously a curse. But you know, if you're Max Verstappen, it's definitely a blessing. And for Delirious right now, he is Max Verstappen. Although the only difference being is the title isn't on the line. And we're not at Abu Dhabi. And he's not in a Red Bull. And he's not Max Verstappen. Yeah, anyway. On board with Grimes here. Started in 5th, now up into 1st after the safety car. Ben in 2nd. JD 3rd, Jason 4th, still up 14 positions, very good start from himself. Let's just see who's made pits and who hasn't. And we've got JD on the hards. A lot of people have elected to go on the hards now for the rest of the race. It's a bit of a mixed set of tyres for everybody. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see who's made the correct gamble. You know, with the hards you do go slower, but you last longer out there. That could be an innuendo for so many things. You know, the harder you are, the longer you last. The safety car is in this lap. We're going to get ready for our 3rd restart of the race. Not gonna lie, I want Alpha to win a race. I just want everyone to bin it. Everybody getting their tyres all nice and warmed up. No penalties, I see now everybody has had their penalties set. So whilst we're waiting for this restart, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/Lawton where you can see this action live. Oh, it's the restart from Grimes as Ben P spins it. Oh, Jason Davies, no! The man who gained 14 positions is now facing the wrong way on the track. Oh no, Shovels. What a shame. Oh, the man who started in 18th was up into 4th. Oh, this is shambolic for him. We got Ben in 2nd now. The man who nearly lost it, the penultimate corner on the restart. Now up into 2nd. JD in 3rd. Ace Drake's very comfortable in P4. I think he'll be able to dispatch those two in front of him. We could be on for a Mercedes 1-2. Danny up into 8th now. Going to try and either take it sensibly or put his foot to the floor as much as possible. We will see. The man who started on pole would probably quite like to finish first as well. Although getting stuck behind traffic is not the most ideal scenario for him. Obviously you've got race leaders who are at similar pace to him, getting clean air, getting away, building up as much of a gap as possible. We've got a Baines going very slow in front there. What's Danny going to do? Is he going to try and make one? No, he's going to be sensible, although Oboff did go wide and he's lost 3 positions because of it, which now promotes Logsy, Scott and Ghost all up now. Alfie out of the points. How unfortunate. I want him to finish in the points. Babes go very slow, fishtailing a little bit now. Danny got a much better exit now. ERS open, going to get in the slippy streamy of Bames, and he dive bombs down into turn 1. We think not, we'll play it safe, says Danny. Oh, it's Babes. No! Babes has made contact with Danny. Has Danny lost some of his front wing? Has Danny lost some of his front wing? Oh, he got very lucky. I think he's okay. He's just about okay. His Ghost is DNF'd. Why is Ghost DNF'd? That's 3 DNFs in a row for Ghost. We are 3 races into the season and Ghost still has yet to score a point. What has happened? What's gone wrong? We need a bit of team radio, I think. Oh, dearie me, as we're getting a little bit loosey-goosey from Grimes up in front there. Bit of extra oversteer. Bames has lost out 3 positions, I believe. Danny down into 12th now. Is he okay? Is there any damage on his car? I think he's okay. It's going to be even more of a recovery drive if he's able to do it now. We've got side-by-side action between JD and Drake's now. Is he going to leave in the space he does along the outside, but Drake's will now have the inside. Able to dispatch of JD, as we could be on for a Mercedes 1-2. There's a 4th safety car. There is a 4th safety car. By George, this safety car is going to run out of petrol at this point. It needs to go back to the gas station. It needs refilling. Danny's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. No, that is not what he wanted. That is not what he wanted. That is really not what he wanted. I have no clue what's just happened there. He's just been held up. This is really not the race for Danny. What a shame. I think he's just going to come in straight away the next lap. Wow, what has happened? Wow. Bames has a drive-through penalty now for speeding under the safety car. This has been a real mix-up. Grimes in first. Scott up into 5th now, finding himself into the fray. Do apologise about that. We still have 13 laps to go. And we have 4 safety cars already. Hopefully there won't be any more. I really hope there won't be. I may have to turn off safety cars. Danny decided not to pit. Alfie's put on some softs. Him and Logsy, the only two on the grid who have softs. What a race this has been so far. What a biblical race. Four safety cars already. I really don't know what to say. Hopefully there's no argy-bargy amongst the drivers. Safety car's going to do one more lap. This race has been something else. We have the Aston Martin saying what a crazy race it's been so far. Coming through the radio there, team radio. It's not really the team radio, it's just my Twitch chat. If you do want to watch this action live, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/LawtonLad. I do also live stream the qualifying. I'll have a little bit of a talk before and after the race as well. Make sure you also join the Discord as well, where we talk about things during the week, setups, time trials, IRL racing, you know, all the F1 stuff, all in one place. It's all good fun. There's also a lot of arguments, a lot of competitiveness, and a lot of biblicality. Oh, for goodness sake. He needs to shut up. He really needs to shut up. Sorry guys, excuse my cat. Anyway, we are back with the action. Is the safety car still not coming in this lap? I didn't quite witness that. I don't know. Oh, the safety car is in this lap. It's a bit of a late response from the race control now, as Grimes is going to get the pack running again for the 4th restart of this race. Ben in second, the other Silver Arrow of Drake's in third. Ben able to actually keep it on the track this time on the restart, although Grimes has played it to perfection. Already a second up the road from Ben. Drake's in third, JD fourth. Being chased down by Scott now into turn 1. We're going to go. No dive bombs from Scott, as there's already yellow flags in sector 3. No more incidents so far at the moment. Danny, the man who started on pole, setting the fastest lap by about 8 attempts. Down into 8th, does have a 5-second penalty as well though. Still got 10 laps of this race to go. Jason Davies, the man who was leading the race, started in 18th, was leading the race. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, not quite sure why. We have Nolkin going very slow with no front wing. He's going to have to nurse that car back all the way to the pits. It's not going to be a good one for him. I'd probably, in his position, I'd just slick on a pair of softs and just maybe try and even set the fastest lap of the race. But we'll see. There's a 5th safety car, as there is a 5th Safety car, why? We've tied the record. 5 safety cars. Danny's surely going to come in now. Serve the 5 seconds. Set of softs. There we go. He's coming in now. Wow. Taking an extra caution there to make sure he doesn't get another penalty. Everybody coming in now. Against the 5 seconds. And there come the softs. Front ring change there for, I believe, Logsy. It is indeed. 5 safety cars we have had. We've averaged a safety car every 4 laps. I think we've had about 4 laps of actual racing. Crazy stuff. JD now taking lead of this race with Scott in second. The other Ferrari, the prancing horse of Delirious in third. Jason into fourth. Now on them hards, definitely going to be going to the end now. Grimes in fifth. Ben in sixth. Jakes, who pitted for softs, in seventh. Alfie in eighth, also on the softs. Don't think he repitted though. Pretty much everybody's pitted for softs now. They're all just going to be gunning for the end now. People like Grimes and Jason. All of the front runners really are going to be the slower cars. Not quite sure why the 5th safety car came out this time. I just beg to Christ this doesn't happen ever again. I mean, it makes the races longer, I suppose. It's extra content. But at the same time, I run out of things to say. I lose the professionalism. And I start talking about innuendos for tyres. But it wouldn't be biblical without it, would it? So there's some very unhappy drivers in my Discord server. I don't suppose anybody else is going to be coming into the pits now. No. I think the 5th safety car might have been caused by Nolking using his front wing. Didn't quite see how it happened, but not quite sure what's going on here. This will probably be the last lap. To bunch everybody up properly, and then we'll be ready to race for the 6th time after 5 restarts. I think the Aston Martin safety car has finally been overtaken by the Aston Martin F1 team as the most laps driven by an Aston Martin powered car. I think for race 1 the Aston Martin drove 20 laps, whereas the F1 Aston Martins I think drove about 6 corners. Nolking having left the session. Has the man retired? I'm not quite sure, we'll have to see. Maybe his connection bugged out or something, I'm not quite sure. That's unfortunate for him. I think he started on 6th. Safety car is in this lap now. We have a different driver in JD controlling the restart. On the hards, everybody else is on softs or mediums. I fear JD may lose out a lot on this restart. Oh Jesus Christ, I do apologise for the cat in the background. It is rather frustrating. Here we are for the restart now. JD Gets away decent, but Scott stays well within his slipstream. Trying to break the slipstream as much as possible. Scott in third. Delirious in third. It's a Ferrari sandwich, but Delirious has lost it at turn 1. How unfortunate. I was about to say it's a Ferrari sandwich with an Aston Martin filling, but no longer. As Alfie goes wide there at turn 3. Danny into 8th. There's yellow flags. I dare you to bring out another safety car. I just dare you. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. I think Danny just about got away with it. Jason up into 4th now. Grimes in 3rd. Scott in 2nd. JD still managing to hold on to 1st, but with those hard tyres, I'm not so sure he'll be able to keep it. As there's a yellow flag in sector 2. Andy Gatehouse has retired from the session. Not quite sure what's happened. Please don't bring out another safety car. I beg to Christ. Noel King still hasn't returned to the race. Both down into 12th. As Bames has now lost it as well. We have 2 DNFs on this restart already. I'm just waiting for it because I know it's going to happen. I'm just waiting for it. Danny in 7th behind his main title protagonist, Ace Drakes. This will be quite beneficial for him if he can stay with Drakes. So there won't be that much of a... Oh, they're going to be going 3 and wide down into turn 1. How's this going to play out? Ben P with a double overtake. Very nicely done. As Scott has lost it. Scott has DNF'd. No way. Another unsuspected DNF from this race. Scott has now retired from the session. As Danny is up into 4th. No way. You could not write this stuff. Damage limitation, I was saying before, but at this point, is this man going to be able to go for the race win? He's only 3 seconds behind Grimes, the race leader. JD still holding on to 2nd. Jason up 12 positions in 6th. Logsy 7th. Delirious 8th. Obolf in 9th. The man who thought he was never going to get points finish is going to get points for his 3rd consecutive race. Noel King still DNF in 10th. Or sorry, not DNF. His ghosted, so he's having connectivity issues. But Alfie in 9th. He's going to be over the moon with himself as we only have half a pack running. Danny right behind Drakes now. Lawson up the road there. JD holding up Drakes and Danny. Surely around the corner here. Nice exit from Danny now. DRS open. DRS is enabled. It's going to be 2 wide. Dan to first turn. Drake's going to bide his time. Take care. 3 wide now as Drakes goes onto the grass. Danny up into 3rd. JD's still holding on to 2nd for his life with these. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between Drakes and Danny. As I was saying, JD holding on with his dear life. Oh, but what a better exit from Danny now. Up to turn 4 now, side by side with JD, and he is dispatched of him. Those soft tyres really do come into play a lot easier. There's a yellow flag as Obolf has DNF. But he's still going to get a point though. Obolf is still going to get a point. We have 9 races left, 5 laps to go. Danny 3.8 behind Grimes on softer tyres. Is he going to be able to make it 3 from 3? JD in 3rd, got DRS on Danny. Probably not going to be able to come back, let's be honest. Drake's 4th, Logsy 5th, Ben P in 6th, Jason Davies in 7th. As Ben P runs a little bit wide onto the gravel there. Promotes Jason just in front. Delirious, I think, also going to try and swoop round the outside. No, yields. Noel King in 9th, still not back. Danny 3.6 behind Lawson, 45% ERS to play with. Let's see what he can do on these final 5 laps. As Ben's gone into the pits, not quite sure why, might have some damage. Yeah, he does get the front wing change there. Jason up 11 positions. JD up 7. Much better performance from him now in round 3. Didn't even finish his first 2 races, I don't believe. Danny the gap now 3.4. He is chasing. He is hunting down Grimes. Already gained 4 attempts this lap alone. You can see him just up in front now. What has Grimes got in his locker? JD well and truly out of the reach of Danny now. Now they're just going to be fighting 4P3, but that's a lovely sight for Drake to see. He's got DRS and knows that JD does not have any ERS, or at least less than 10%. So he's running on fumes there. What a race this has been. 5 safety cars, hopefully no more because it would ruin the ending of it. Danny has already gained 7 attempts. Grimes with the fastest lap of 24.7, but Danny sets a 24 dead. This could be coming down to the final lap. We will see shortly. As there is a yellow flag in sector 3, please don't ruin this race. As Ben is the other way round, it might have just had a bit of a spinala. Noel King finally makes a return into the pits. He goes. Jason in 7th as Delirious and Logsy are getting into it. There's a little bit of argy-bargy in front of him. Logsy running a bit wide now. Is he going to get... Ooh, and then he pushes Jason onto the wall. Noel King still in the pits. Danny in 2nd. The gap now 2.4. This could come down to the very last lap of the race. Has Grimes done just enough to keep Danny behind him? He does have softer compound of tyres, remember that, but they will be wearing a lot quicker. JD in 3rd. Drake's right behind JD now, going to have a big shot to overtake him on the main straight now. Let's stay on board with Drake's for a bit. Only 9 finishers. A lot of surprising DNFs in Nico Hakkinen. Ghost, Scott. Ghost still has not had a point yet. Drake's hits the wall. Bit of a poor exit there. Has he lost some of his front wing? I'm not too sure. Ben P is going to be getting in the way. Surely blue flags are going to come into effect. Yeah, he does Ghost. Drake's goes slower as JD has now gained a bit of a 2-second advantage. Danny 2.3 behind Grimes. You can now see him, he's closing him down. I think Grimes may just hold on to this, but never say never. .1 the gap. Jason in 7th. Getting into it with Logsy, only 5% ERS to play with. Meanwhile, Logsy having 41%. Drake's able to get DRS from Ben. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Danny now only 2.1 behind Grimes. 2.1 the gap. He's got 2 laps. He needs to do something quickly. He needs to be getting into the DRS of Grimes. Yellow flag in sector 1. The gap 1.9 now. It's slowly coming down. I think if Danny had another 2 laps, he'd be able to do it. Question is now, does he push as hard as possible, or does he just settle for P2? Maybe those soft tyres are starting to wear out a little bit. Grimes just gained a 10th there. Grimes may do this. Grimes may just about do this, as we are heading on to the final lap of the race. Grimes has got a 2.1 second lead over Danny. JD in third, Delirious in fourth. Very good points finishes, potentially anyway, for Prancing Horses. Drake's down to fifth. It was looking like it was going to be a Mercedes 1-2. Logsy in sixth, going to be picking up his first points. Jason Davies gaining 11 positions to finish in seventh. The man said earlier on he was going to have a very good race, and he certainly has done. Noel King in eighth, Ben P in ninth. Our final 8-9 finishers. But I think since the start, Grimes played the safety car to perfection, slicking on the mediums. Danny's tyres have just about had it. He was catching, but I think that was all she wrote. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Maybe this man is able to be beaten. We will see. But there we have Al Grimes, 44. Going to come round the final corner of the race, down to the finish line to take the checkered flag of the Australian Grand Prix. Danny comes home in a very respectable P2. JD now coming around the final corner of the race. What a race there from the front two just there. Danny has finally had his top step taken off of him, but JD is going to come home, take the final step of the podium. What a surprise there. Delirious, the other Ferrari, making it a 3-4. Drake's in fifth, as Ben P decided he didn't want to finish the race. Logsy going to come home, finish in sixth. Jason coming around the final couple of corners, gained 11 positions. Personally, I'd say my driver of the day. What a race from Jason. As you see, the retired Ben over there, and Noel King will bring it home. 9 race finishers. Well, technically 8. Driver of the day does go to Jason Davies. What a result. What a race. Thankfully this time there isn't a glitch where someone decides to take P1 instead. What a race, guys. What a race. Some biblical racing there. 5 safety cars. Loads of surprising DNFs. Alfie still continues his points run finishes. But let's have a look at the final classifications of the race. So it is going to be Grimes who takes home P1. Finally, someone has taken Danny off of that top step. Danny in second does get the fastest lap of the race though, so he'll have an extra point there. JD coming home for third. What a result from the Ferrari man. Delirious in fourth as well. Drake's going to be a little bit disappointed with himself, I think. Finishing in fifth. Logsy sixth. Jason, what a result for the Alfa Romeo there in seventh. Noel King in eighth.